Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today I'm working my LPG system, and just to clarify, I'm not an LPG mechanic, so I'm just looking at what was the obvious fault here. So what was happening was this, well, first this is the Romano system, and what was happening was this bottom light flashing like this, but then they would change to the blue lights, which means all LPG way too early, and that would cause the car to stall several times. So I was having to run it manually uh, to get the temperature up to temperature about 50 degrees Celsius plus, and then switch it over to LPG. But when I did that, the bottom lights were flashing. So I found out that was indicating a fault with the LPG system. And my first thoughts were filters being dirty, or something very simple like that. As it turns out, apparently the filter systems for the LPGs in the UK aren't as don't require as much demand on them, because the LPG is apparently very clean in the UK. So then I went down to the front of the engine. So I'm just going to move on to the front, and I had a look at the injectors, the six injectors in this case. It's a V6 engine, and I'll just show you them in a second as I go around. So as I come around, I can see the six injectors there quite nicely, and you can see them little grey circular discs, and we'll go and zoom into them very shortly. And those were, I looked at them very carefully, and noticed that one of them had a slimy residue on the outside, and that indicates to me a leak. Now, I'd had a leak on this a long, long time ago, and it was reclamped up by the AA at the time, and the there we go, and there it's reclamped. Now you can look at it, and you'll see that there's bicycle clips on. That's a bicycle clip there. That's a Micolor one, which has got this bright zinc on it, which gives it more corrosion protection. It's incredibly strong. It's a double spring one. So these are used to basically clamp fuel lines, and I think they're actually particularly good for fuel lines which are not parallel sided. The parallel sided ones, such as the petrol lines, seem to work well with the other type of clamp, which you can see has been placed on there. Okay, can you just see it there with the little bolt running through it? There you go. See the little bolt? So what I've noticed there is a leak coming around there, and this would be sufficient enough for the LPG ECU to notice that there was a problem. Now, if you have an LPG code reader, that would be ideal. But as I said, I was just looking with my eyes to see what I could see, which was obvious. And this was an obvious leak here, a little stain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that with the two new Micolor spring-loaded fuel clips. And I believe they were 8 millimeters in diameter for this particular one, 8 to 9 millimeters. So when they're squeezed together, you give you a greater lumen, so you can slide it over. And so therefore what I did was just take that out, remove it out, and replace it. Now, when we do this, I also tend to leave them on for maybe an hour, 2 hours before starting the engine, just to give the clips time to bed, and the Michelin clips to bed in, and apply equal pressure all the way around. The one advantage also with these little clips is that they're great for tight spaces. And as you can see here, you can see that bolt is impinging on the actual injector casing there. So you don't want to over tighten that, because that may crack the injector casing as well. So as I said, this comes out, unbolt that, and inspect the pipe. The pipe is a 300 psi pipe. It's a special one used for LPG. So it's not the one that you use for regular fuel line, so you need to replace that. Okay, if you're unsure, just buy a new one and cut that. So here we go, disconnect that. I'm going to disconnect the injector and place the Micolor clips, and there they go, two Micolor clips placed with the heads pointing out, an easy way to hold for me if I need to take them off again. Again, thank you so much for watching this little video. And this did actually fix the blue flashing light, by the way. It just turned out to be a little loss of gas, and also it improved the fuel trims as well. So overall, I'm very happy with the result. One thing to note is that this is an LPG system. If you're unsure, then don't touch it whatsoever. And as per usual, get them done, get them looked at every year just for your regular service. I think it costs about £80 or so. And at the same time, I've just tied it up, by the way, that little clamp on the red silicone hose that you just saw there. Thank you so much, and do subscribe to my channel for my Alpha journey.